gosh, it's amazing! Guys, it's amazing!
In the sky, our world is a treasure trove of natural wonders, providing us with myriad sights that are a treat to our senses. Yet the list of natural phenomena has become a particularly long one, with the availability of high-tech recording equipment like drones and cameras, which catch the most bizarre yet beautiful of incidents missed by us as we sleep, or because they were too out of reach. Here's a peek into the wondrous yet troubling world of strange camera catches, which proves how vulnerable human existence is and how much we don't know about the world we live in. Number 1. The US goes dark. For centuries, solar eclipses have inspired fear, caused curiosity, and have been the stuff of legends, superstitions, and fanciful folklore.
3, 2, 1.
1.
All right,
And
there we
go.
have it.
There's the
Glasses
total
off.
eclipse.
Holy moly!
There it is.
That is so cool.
And we have Venus down to the lower right.
It's human nature to fear things we don't understand, and solar eclipses have birthed many urban legends and are considered a bad omen in many cultures, even today. This drone footage is from August 21, 2017, of a solar eclipse which was dubbed the Great American Eclipse by some. It was a one-of-a-kind natural event because it was a total solar eclipse, expanding over the horizon and taking over the entire sky within seconds. It was only the second time within this century that the mainland United States had been plunged into darkness in the middle of the day, at least not since February 1979. The darkness is so pervasive that it sends shivers down the spines of its witnesses, a monochromatic demonstration of how puny and helpless human existence is. It was completely different from a partial eclipse, as can be seen here, with the world going partially dark. It's also a reminder of how much power these megabodies have on humanity's survival. That was not the only unique quality of this eclipse. The eclipse spanned a huge landmass stretching from the Pacific to the Atlantic coasts of the US. Number 2. The fireball. Residents of New Jersey and New York are not likely to forget July 17, 2024, anytime soon. A meteor shower on the New York landscape. NASA was quick to explain it as a very common event, since meteors are the visible trails of meteoroids when they enter Earth's atmosphere at high speeds, burning up to a cinder as they create friction with its atmosphere. This fireball was especially bright, traveling west into New Jersey at speeds of up to 38,000 miles per hour. It was already rare as fireballs get obscured by the sunlight during daytime, but what made it exceptionally unique was the intense boom it created. The sound set off panic across the population, as it was unlike anything witnessed by the residents before. Number 3. On another sky. While we're still grappling with what is visible in our skyline, people have started spying on other planets with their incredibly powerful telescopes. This is a video of unidentified objects flying over the surface of the moon, which was uploaded in March 2020. It clearly shows what appear to be 3 very large flying objects in synchronized movement in one direction. Within minutes, the objects had been investigated with video analysis, estimated to be between 5 to 15 miles long and roughly 1 to 3 miles wide. Even the speed was calculated to be in excess of 30 miles per second at a distance between 5 and 10 miles above the lunar surface. The video images created a storm of speculation over the internet, with each facet dissected and put together once again. Though the excitement has died down, the mystery of the objects still remains a contentious point. Number 4. A strange sunset. Ever seen the sun as it sets? The play of light dancing over the horizon in all its hues is an unforgettable sight. But this particular sunset over Arizona exposed a strange phenomenon that cannot be explained by science. The reds of sunlight in the sky are making a strange pattern of streaks. The bands look like sunflower petals unfurling from one central point, a pattern never seen before in the sun-setting skyline. As the sun descended further, residents noticed the fuchsia tones on the skyline becoming more intense, giving an artistic demo through a unique play of lights, darks, and a stunning display of colors. Nature is a master like no other, but the streaks of colored rays spreading out from one central point could not be explained satisfactorily. Number 5. Light up the sky. This spectacle of a string of lights in the night sky appeared across the horizon from Prescott to Massa, USA. but it was spotted in many other parts of the US too. The lights seemed to be suspended in the sky for 2 days in a row and set off hysteria in the general public. The lights lit up the night in a long, single-line formation and were spotted in other parts of the world too. It became the center of news all over the world, which turned out great for one person. The hysterical discussions surrounding the appearance deflated with one remarkable yet plausible explanation. These were SpaceX's Starlink satellites Elon Musk had been raving about for months, and the light show had been a reflection of their synchronized movement. Number 6. Whirpool. This is a mysterious burst of energy in the shape of a whirlpool, which was recorded by a camera positioned on top of Hawaii's tallest mountain. It began as a white orb, appearing in the skyline before it spread out into a spiral as it moved across the sky before fading and disappearing. The images had been captured on the 18th of January by a camera at the summit of Mauna Kea, outside the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan's Subaru telescope. A researcher stationed at the observatory, Ichi Tanaka, had missed the appearance, which had been stored into a film by its time-lapse camera. Unaware of the unusual occurrence, he found out when he received the clip sent through a social media platform by a stargazer who had been looking through a live feed of the camera. The strange phenomenon was finally linked to a military GPS satellite that had been launched from a SpaceX rocket in Florida the same day. Number 7. In the shadows. It's not a bird or a plane, but something that's hiding in the shadows of the clouds. The skyline over Canada can be dreary and paint an incredibly somber yet beautiful scene. The medium in this skyline is the clouds presenting an amazing show, but hidden within its shadows is the faint shape that cannot be called that of any animal known to man. Yet it cannot be a plane either, since its movements do not match that of any plane known to mankind. It was not long before the object appeared so close to the sheer curtain provided by the thick clouds that its presence could not be ignored. This video is clear proof that something was hiding behind the curtain of clouds. What was it, and what was the purpose behind its incognito observation? We'll never get the answers to those questions, but it's clear that technology like cameras have made prospects of hiding in clear sight a near impossibility. Number 8. The Descent. December 12th, 2014, dawned with this rare and truly beautiful weather phenomenon at the Grand Canyon. Visitors are overawed by the beauty of this majestic natural creation on any given day, but this cloud accumulation was a natural masterpiece. A sea of thick clouds had descended into the Grand Canyon and shrouded it in a veil of mystery. The clouds themselves are spread across its breadth, from one end of the ground to the other, as if netting it from curious gazes. The National Weather Service had a perfectly simple explanation for the occurrence, as it announced that it happens every decade. The breathtaking phenomenon is known as a total cloud inversion, which happens when warm air up above pushes clouds closer to the surface of the ground. Warm air trapped colder clouds below the rim of the canyon, creating a spectacular show of blinding white billowing clouds. Number 9. The Blue Planet. This is completely amateur footage taken by someone sitting on the street sipping tea in England. Though the camera is unsteady due to hands unused to making videos on it, the film is clear enough to show the distinct shape of a planet in the morning sky. Though in the beginning, it seems as if a ball of cloud is hanging in the sun, closer inspection proves that it's a distinctly circular shape with solid edges beyond the wispy substance of a cloud. One look at the actual clouds in the sky makes one wonder what sort of streaks are these, since they resemble nothing that could be called a cloud. It's as if a giant hand has dragged an edge of a cotton apart from its ball, with its wisps trailing into long shapes left behind. This part of the video shows distinctly that the same shadow of the planet can be seen clearly in the same sky with the strange clouds. This video raises many questions, like what was the blue planet so clearly visible in the sunlit sky, since it could not be the sun? Secondly, why were the clouds behaving so strangely in their presence, since its effect cannot be ignored with both phenomena occurring together? Number 10. Face of nature. They say spirits roam the earth as clouds in the skies, and sometimes even their faces can be seen within them. These clouds were seen by an onlooker outside his home by chance, and the sideways view of a man's face can be made out quite clearly. The rounded cheeks and a pointed chin, complete with a set of ears, are offset by the joyful smile on that white, cloudy face. If this were a spirit reincarnated as a cloud, it sure was a very happy spirit. Maybe it was happy because of the sheer joy of soaring high in the sky, getting a direct bird's-eye view of the world below. Natural phenomena or a spirit, it was a truly wondrous sight, keeping its onlookers spellbound. While we might be fascinated beyond comprehension by this phenomenon, science has a pretty straight-cut explanation for it. This is due to what science calls pareidolia. It is the tendency for perception to imprint a meaningful impression on some visual anomaly so that one detects an object, pattern, or meaning where there is none. Number 11. More moving lights. The world is obsessed with moving lights in the sky. Take a long look at this pattern of lights seen in one night in the Arizona sky. Arizona is very well known for its clear skies, which are visited by all sorts of lights with no source in view. But this roughly triangular shape made up of a string of lights is highly unusual, as not only is it hovering high up in the sky, but it's also moving forward in a straight trajectory quite definitively. But spotting lights or even recording them like this onlooker did does not get them recognized for what they are. This video was explained away once again as a string of SpaceX satellites in orbit over the region, but video evidence doesn't lie. SpaceX's satellite trail was completely different in pattern from the shadowy shape made by whatever was behind the lights. Number 12. Space Intruder. Perhaps one of the most majestic displays of the power of celestial bodies can be seen through its bright visitors, meteors. These bodies blaze a trail of ash and thunder through the sky as a reminder of how tiny we are in comparison to our universe. This meteor illuminated the sky over Spain as it made its way through the stratosphere, burning like a ball of fire. This footage was captured by the country's scientific agency, the Spanish National Research Council. It showed the meteoric object named MN 180524F passing over Extremadura, Madrid, and Granada. Its progress was recorded as it traveled on its course, traced very closely all the while, with concerns that it might not burn to cinders on its way down. Its path was calculated with concern that it might fall rather than disperse in the atmosphere, as that could cause untold damage in a populated area. Number 13. That's no meteor. This was a truly mysterious occurrence that was widely reported in December 2018. This strangely squiggly formation was seen from Los Angeles to the Bay Area, except it was formed of light in the sky. It was immediately followed by speculation about what it was. Was it a meteor, a piece of space junk, or another satellite launched by NASA? That assumption was not very far from the truth, as the NASA Soyuz cruise ship was scheduled to land back on Earth. Only its landing site was situated in Kazakhstan. It could also have been a rocket launch which had been planned at Vandenberg Air Force Base near Santa Barbara, but the launch was scrubbed and did not take place. Like always, there is a scientific explanation for every unexplained natural phenomenon, and this time, scientists called this a bolide meteorite, and the pattern seen in the sky was actually the compressed air around it. Number 14. The power of nature. Now this one shows what meteors are actually capable of. In February 2013, a meteor entered Earth's atmosphere over the southern Ural region in Russia at about 9:20 local time. Later dubbed the Chelyabinsk meteor, this turned out to be the mothership of all meteors. It was later called a superbolide, with approximately an 18 m diameter, weighing nearly 100 ton. It was super bright. Its light was visible as far as 60 miles, making it nearly as bright as the sun. Its progress was noted even in neighboring republics, considering its brightness. Something so powerful does not go down quietly, and it exploded with a meteor airburst over Chelyabinsk Oblast at a height of about 18.5 miles from the ground. The bright flash which followed was a hot cloud of dust and gas, and it rained hellfire on the citizens in the form of fragmentary meteorites. Its released energy was absorbed by the atmosphere, setting off a large shock wave. Its total kinetic energy was equivalent to the blast yield of 400–500 kilotons of TNT. This estimate set its energy release at 26 to 33 times as much as the detonation at Hiroshima. The detonation shockwave destroyed 7,200 buildings in 6 cities across the region, and people were left with horrific injuries due to flying glass and the aftermath of the shockwave. Amazingly, the blinding light of the meteor caused injuries to the onlookers, with more than 180 people complaining of eye pain, while 70 people were temporarily blinded due to its flash. Its intensity can be judged from the fact that 20 people also received ultraviolet burns similar to sunburn. Number 15. An actual launch. This streak of light bloomed apparently on its own before enlarging into an elongated balloon shape. The sight was recorded by an Arizona news chopper in the evening sky. It was an incredible display that wowed its witnesses, yet confused them at the same time. Nothing like this had been noticed, and the most noteworthy was its detachment mid-air, as if it had launched something from its midst. Before people could reach their own conclusions, though, it was clarified that this had been a Space Falcon 9 rocket that had been launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California to deploy Iridium satellites. Number 16. Deep heat. From the skies, let's descend to the ground. Drones are versatile and incredibly useful tiny machines capable of taking impossible-to-execute shots. Take this spectacular video taken of the Maram crater, an active volcano in Vanuatu, which could not have been shot without this incredible convergence between video technology and science. The camera-mounted drones were operated by explorer Sam Kosman, and the high-definition images created were record-breaking in terms of detail and clarity. The team piloted those drones over a 5-mile-wide caldera, battling noxious fumes and heat, which destroyed 2 cameras before they finally found success. What was left was a deep and wondrous look into the most terrific yet terrible beast of nature, molten lava. Number 17. Another drone caper. This is another instance of drones being utilized to record the impossible. This footage was captured of a military mission launched by Ukrainian forces against a major Russian port on the Black Sea, which resulted in damaging a Russian naval ship in the port of Novorossiysk. Before the advent of drone recordings, embedded reporters had to risk their lives to get video evidence, but not anymore. Number 18. A mysterious object. This video captured an unbelievable sight by chance as a local set off his drone to capture the scenery around the neighborhood. At first, watching it from various angles leaves one mystified as to what it is showing. Sure, the scenery is exceptionally lovely with the English countryside glowing with the natural beauty it is famous for, but everything is lost behind the image of the tiny white globe streaking across the horizon at such high speed that one has to rewind and review at slower speeds. As to what it is, will likely remain a mystery, as there is no way of matching that shape and speed to anything man-made. Number 19. The whale family. These unusual rock formations are found in Thailand, lovingly named the 3 whales. This incredible scene could have only been captured by a plane or a drone, with a plane not having the capability to make such tight turns in mid-air. The incredible yet strange sight has enchanted visitors for decades, making it a popular destination for tourists. The delightfully smooth roundness of the rocky outcrops is shaped incredibly well into the outlines of 3 whales, as if swimming through the jungle. The color and the shine of the rock are dazzling, and the sight can be regarded as a freak of nature or an artistic masterpiece. Number 20. Of clouds and sound. We leave you with one unforgettable video that will stay with you for the rest of your life. This is Jerusalem, the birthplace of all Abrahamic religions. Note the clear ring of clouds encircling the sky, above which is a miracle in itself. The perfect diameter of the ring is clearly demarcated by white wisps, which were called a stunt of nature. Yet we live on a strange planet if this is called natural. But the distinct sounds of trumpets resounding in the air are the real power show, a reference to the times of David when this very air was said to have echoed with trumpets. Science has a completely different and boring explanation, though. Our atmosphere is becoming more and more ionized due to pollution. When these ions interact with the Earth's magnetic fields, they cause ionized gases to vibrate fast, which creates audible sound. So which one of nature's performances impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.